and welcome to this video on who is Karl Pilkington.
Who is Karl Pilkington?
First of all, I need to talk about two people. You might know them because they're more famous. The first person is Ricky Gervais. You might know him from a lot of the films and shows that he's done. The main thing you might know him from is he co-wrote The Office and produced the American one, so you might see his name in the end credits. And as well, you might recognise him from the British one as the main actor of David Brand. As well as done a quite recent Netflix show called Armageddon, which is like a stand-up show, where he got quite a lot of controversy for making a joke about trans people, which I do find a bit odd that people got so angry about this, because he clarified beforehand that he was joking.
Yeah, in a joke.
And that he
That's
won't
not
be
real life,
serious
is it?
about
I'm playing
He's just making
role.
a joke.
You sounded pretty convincing. Yeah, because I'm good. You wouldn't level that accusation at other art forms. You wouldn't go up to Sir Anthony Hopkins and go, I saw you in Silence the Lambs. You a cannibal, are you? No, I was playing a role. Oh.
Ricky Gervais has a philosophy degree, which you might be able to tell by sometimes the way he acts. And the other person is Stephen Merchant. You might know him from cameos he's done in American shows, or even just some British shows like Hot Fuzz. They both co-wrote The Office.
By and we thought we'd drop off some.
I wasn't even smart enough to figure out why my wife always smelled of croissants. Husband has asked that you meet him up in one of the rooftop hot tubs for some champagne. You're saving to buy a sun seeker. Sun is the key word.
You might recognise Stephen Merchant as Wheatley from Portal.
In there, and a monitor. Yes, that will be important, I imagine. I'll keep my...
And also Ricky Gervais and Steve Merchant always made fun of each other.
I think you should have gone something more memorable. I mean, I'm not saying anything goggle-eyed freak or anything.
What?
No, just...
Well, no, it's good advice, Fatty. Fatty pot belly.
Then Karl Pilkington came along and they sort of added this onto him.
Because I've seen him blossom from an idiot into an imbecile.
But to get a better understanding of this, we need to talk about Karl Pilkington. Now, the thing that you need to know is he's got a head round like an orange. And this is exaggerated by his lack of hair, which he's had since he was 20. In all the time he's been sort of famous, he's never actually had hair. And personally, I think he is actually one of the funniest people there is.
Look at that head. Look at that.
But there is an online rumour that's been going on for years, is Karl Pilkington an actor, or is he actually a real person? People believe that he's a real person because some of his strange stories. He went to school with two people with webbed hand and webbed feet, but they weren't friends. They also had big heads. Also, his brother drove a tank when he was working with the military to a corner shop to get some cigarettes. And as well, he once got a bed without a mattress. So he got one that stank of diesel and he didn't even realise until his girlfriend pointed it out. This could also be because of one of the biggest traits of him is he is an idiot. Ricky Gervais says this to him constantly. The way he started his career was he was an XFM producer for Ricky Gervais and also Steve Merchant. He changed the CDs. Also, Ricky Gervais and Steve Merchant talked to him one time and they realised the potential he could have. Because he also made a lot of features on this, like Monkey News, where he talked about news about monkeys, which were most likely not true. People just sort of told him these stories and he accepted it as the truth.
The first sort of thing they ever sent up there, before man did it and all, like Armstrong gets all the glory, but do you know who went up there before him?
A monkey.
Monkey sat in there. Everyone's ready, bananas are stocked up and all the rest of it. They go, right, hit the green button. Right, and the rocket goes off and what have you.
No, they would not make the monkey launch the rocket. Karl!
So it's all going on, so they're going, hit the left button.
And also the fact they had a fight when he was really young over a girl in a bath. But then 2060 XFM Day stopped. But we got blessed with a new type of thing, a podcast, which was quite new at the time. They've won a world record for it for the sheer number of listeners. In this, Karl Pilkington talked about how he visited an abandoned building and saw a lot of spooky stuff. And if he got given the choice of a superpower, he wouldn't take it. Even though they released the first season for free, they released the other two paid for. This was because Karl Pilkington left his job at XFM, so he needed the money. He actually gave his leaving present to his girlfriend, but I'll talk about her more later on.
In editing, I suddenly remembered something. David Bowie was a fan, and they actually mentioned this on a podcast. I'll play the clip.
David Bowie listens, and they're all listening to little Karl Pilkington.
As well, the people that made The Simpsons were a fan. They had a bunch of celebrity fans. So yeah, let's get back to the video.
He was so desperate for money that he actually was thinking about getting a paper round, and also this also led to them releasing a animated version of the show and a video version. They have a website which had a lot of pictures of Karl Pilkington, like stories and stuff. The website isn't actually currently open at the time of recording this, it's in maintenance. And as well, Karl Pilkington, he released a book which was called The World of Karl Pilkington. It was diary entries from him, which he added to his podcast, and also this beat the Monkey News feature. And it definitely beat Rockbusters, which it was awful. It was just, he'll let people guess sort of a song by giving them a very cryptic clue, which no one could really guess but him. Is sort of like, what is he thinking? I'll play one now and see if you can answer it.
That part of my leg is English, initial B. That was Brittany. KW, the fitness teacher, has got a speech impediment. Kanye West.
After a lot of convincing in 2010, Ricky Gervais convinced Sky to make a show about Karl Pilkington, where they sent him to different countries around the world. This was because Karl Pilkington wasn't really interested in travel, he sort of despised it more than anything. And at the same time, they're making some free podcasts again. And as well, they changed the name of the show from Karl Pilkington 7 Wonders to An Idiot Abroad.
I don't know the politically correct term, moron, I think. He is a round, empty-headed, chimp-like, mank moron. Buffoon, idiot.
Is that normal?
And he's a friend.
We've often described him as being like some kind of real-life Homer Simpson. Homer
Partly
is...
just because Karl Pilkington was an idiot and Ricky Gervais wanted to do this, but as well so that they could expand it to more seasons. The second season was quite similar, but the third season was quite weird, with not that many episodes.
Surprising with Warwick Davis, which they had done something before together, not big, but just a small little thing.
Out. It's Warwick Davis.
Alright. Thing.
Alright.
Karl, it's really, I just want to say it's great to meet you. It's fantastic.
And the story of how he met his girlfriend Suzanne was once when he was editing for her, she gave him 20p to get hot chocolate, and also they've been together for 20 years since. And they both really got problems with their boilers for years. The funny thing is, he's never actually mentioned it being fixed. The last time he mentioned it, it was broken, so it probably still is. And then after this, in 2013, he started a new show about Ricky Gervais independently, where it was him travelling the world again, but asking philosophical questions. The show was called The Moaning of Life, which managed to get a whole 2 seasons. Quite good for a British show. But then after a long wait, in 2018 he released a new show, Sick of It. He wasn't doing his usual sort of thing, he was acting in a serious way. He was acting as himself, but it was basically as if he never met Ricky Gervais. He also acted as a police officer. All this stuff shows him as having higher standards than he did with Ricky Gervais. I'll play a clip and you can see what you think yourself, whether he is a serious actor or isn't.
Okay, so you're still sticking to the story that you have amnesia?
I do. I did. I do.
From when to when? You can have fish and chips and all.
It's the question that loads of people have been asking for years. Is he a real person or is he a character made by Ricky Gervais? And personally, I do think he's a real person. He's just an actor now. And that is sort of just what I want to talk about. Is he a real person or isn't he? And I reckon he is. He's got a lot of odd stories and is a bit silly and a bit of an idiot, so loads of people assume that he isn't real.
A character that just has odd stories, he's not Karl Pilkington, he might be named Graham. So yeah, that's it. I hope you like and please subscribe for more content. Comment anything that you want me to make a video on.
Mental cheese. Very good. Our hearts are England crazy. Our mouths are more jalfrezi. We're partisan. We're parmesan. We're England till we die. He doesn't know what my health is. At no point since I've been here has he gone, no, Karl, you know, it's a serious issue. Have you got any health problems? He's not going to Glastonbury or Reading, one of those festivals. If you don't have chairs there, you're sat in a cold, damp field.